It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I have a design team project for a Color Rush Studio today. And I am in love with this paint drippy paper. And I know I want to use it with these two pictures of my husband and my daughter with some gelato at the Chelsea Market. And so I had printed them out in 4x6. And I really thought that I wanted the photos to sit on top of the drippies. And so what I decided was I was going to take the paper and rip it so that it had a white piece in the middle, and I was going to put my two 4x6s in between. And so I decided to mat them in some black cardstock. And my idea was to potentially tuck one in and then have one layered on top. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this bottom piece down. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the top piece. And then I'm going to change my mind. So I'm like, ooh, it'd be really cool to do some mixed media at the top of this. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to grab another piece of white cardstock. I'm going to grab a couple of shimmers paints, a pink, which I think is Bubblegum Blast, so this is my blue one. I don't know where it came from, but the color is marked out. And then the other one is a lilac. So I'm just going to take my paintbrush and I'm just going to kind of spread the shimmers around. Now I get to the purple and I was like, that is just not purple enough. Like the purple in the pattern paper is much darker. So I went and grabbed a distress ink, and this one is called Villainous Potion. And it's a pretty dark purple. And so I just added it to my glass mat, added some water, and I'm just moving it around. So then I'm going to do the same with the blue. I'm going to get them all down. And I do add a little bit of splatters at the top as well as the bottom, because at this point I'm thinking I'm going to put my strip of paper kind of in that middle-ish area so that way it looks like it's dripping onto the paper. So you can kind of see, I tried to make it so it was close. It's not exact, but it's close enough. So it is dry. I'm going to go ahead and put my pattern paper down. And then I grabbed my photos and I was like, these are ginormous. They are going to cover up everything. So I really, really like what I have so far. So I'm actually going to think, okay, do I want to trim it down and put it on a black background? Because it's pretty warpy, but I just was thinking I wanted to kind of contain it a little bit. So because it is warpy, I'm not sure that it cuts completely straight, but it's close. And I don't gut the background. I am just going to glue it straight down to that black cardstock, which is going to give it a little bit more of a level or flat bit to it. So the bottom is definitely flatter. So I decided to put that down first and then kind of work my way up. So here's where I'm like, okay, so if I cut down or if I reprint my photos to 3x4, because I have that option, let's see what that's going to look like. So I just take that black cardstock that is a scrap and I cut two 3x4 papers. So I would need to stop filming, get on my phone, and then send it to, I have like a little Epson printer. I don't print all my photos on there, but if there's something that I want to scrapbook right now, I like having the option to be able to print a photo. So I kind of go through the motions as if these two were my photos. You saw what my photos were, so you know what they're going to be. But I kind of, try to do the embellishing first to kind of see what I want. So I definitely kind of am doing a little bit tone on tone. So in that upper photo, it's kind of in the pink area. So I want to pull in some of those pink items that are in this kit, including some stars, and I think that little circle says super duper, which is so cute. And then down in the bottom, I decided to pull in one of those shaker stars, and it's in blue, so it totally works. And then I like the little smiley face cork pieces, because in the picture they're both smiling, so I figure that's fun. The mountains, I don't know, they just looked cool. I liked them sitting on top of that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of commit to that. I am thinking about what I am going to use for my title. I do like those thickers that are kind of tealy. I did add an arrow, and as you can see, I went off screen. I printed my pictures and I put my title down, which is New York Gelato. Well, it's just just NY Gelato. And then I just felt like it needed a little bit of something extra under that torn piece, so I'm going to add this piece of black and white frazzle. And it was already kind of like the strings were coming off. And so I know back in the day it was a big deal to make the like the what is that called? Oh, like a nest of the things, of the strings, but they're not called strings. Thread, the nest threads. And so I went ahead and pulled that off and made a little bit of a nest up at the top as well as the bottom. So you can see it right there, kind of behind the little peace signs. So that is a final look. Make sure you check out the description box below to get your kit.